Absolute. I chose a 4.62 layout, so 4-inch pin to PAP, 6-inch mass bias to PAP, and then a 2-inch buffer. And the big reason for that is a lot of times strong asymmetricals have the tendency, if I get the mass bias too far or too close to my VAL, they want to get going a little forward. And this one, I'm trying to get it so that it stays a little more round to the pattern. So it takes longer for the PSA to line up, which gives me that kind of a more rounded shape down lane, because I know a lot of times on the left, there's a little more friction. The tendency is sometimes the balls get started too fast, and then when I get too left, they don't go through the pins as well. So I had some great success with some balls in the past. Parallax was one where we did layouts like this, maybe a little bit stronger. I did it in physics as well too. So I wanted to try it in absolute, and it's just matched up really well based on kind of what I'm looking for. The situation used most in this trying to absolute is more in the medium volume patterns, like we run a little more house patterns. And me, I don't bowl as much of the tournament patterns and the sport patterns as much anymore. So I like when I do get the transitions, when the big ratios are a little bit higher, you know, middle to outside, the ball that's going to give me a little bit more control, and the layout lets me give a little bit more control of that. Being a little bit weaker mass bias gives me almost a little bit more of a symmetrical type look. I have an asymmetric, so even if I miss it a little bit at the bottom, the asymmetry still gives me a little forgiveness. But I mean, as you saw in the videos, man, it's a lot of shape, a lot of motion through the pins. Stand around 23, gonna drift around 5 right to around 28, gonna 17 to 10, and hope I get the 8 out. I mean, I think this fits my game really well because I like really strong asymmetrics, pearls, and hybrids, because on the left, I need the balls pushed to the front. My speed's not the greatest. I mean, this is actually a 14 pound, so it gives me a lot of ball motion. This is a big volume weight block that definitely gives me the right shape. So on the left, like I said, the biggest thing is you don't get as much traffic down lane. So a lot of times the backs are fresher. So if you get one kind of up the lane, and your mass biases are too strong, or the layouts are too strong or too aggressive, they get going forward too fast and they just don't want to strike as much. So I think this matches in on the left a little bit more, the layouts. And for me, shot shaped ball is perfect. So those lefties out there that want a little forgiveness, both right and left, take a look at an absolute. Maybe swing the mass bias a little more towards your track.